Happy Sunday. How are you? Well, we're moving right along. Guess what this week is? The 20th, March 20th is spring equinox. Very excited. Just the thought of us being, even though the turning of the wheel again, just excited to have another turn. Even if it's muddy, even if it's still has snow, still need a breather knowing that spring is coming. So this is a great time for you to think about new beginnings after ending the long winter and looking at, is there a garden you want to start planting? Maybe not quite yet, but getting there, thinking about it, planning it, right? And then where are we going with this? Is there new things you want to start planning on, projects for your home? Not quite getting there yet, but start to plan out what you want to bring in spring. It's a great time. Everything's popping. Animals are having babies, all kinds of things happening. So do something special on the equinox for you. These are high points with energy really popping. So if you're not with a group or you can't do ritual with somebody else, do it by yourself. Write out what you want to bring in for this next quadrant. All right. Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. Whoops. Guess that's it. Queen of Water. Tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. So this would be equal to the Queen of Cups. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Excuse me. Care for yourself and others. Great card. Queen of Water. Hey, I opened to it. Okay. It says emotional issues or relationships with others evolve to a new level. Even if things aren't perfect, there's a sense of peace and calm within you, and you intuitively know what to do next. Your feelings for and insights about others can be trusted. Make sure that as you nurture those around you, you don't forget to take care of yourself. That's a big lesson for many of us. And if you're looking for additional meetings, patron of the arts, love for family and home, a dear and reliable friend, great creative talent. And I always think of her because the Queen of Cups, she's just warm and fuzzy and like that mom that just wants to nourish and nurture you. Light Worker Oracle, Alana Fairchild. I like these cards, but they're long in the definition. All right. Ooh, 1111, messages in the numbers. So we know that, or many of us know, that when we see these repeated numbers, it's to wake us up. 1111 was encoded in all of us before we came to Earth as a way to wake us up. So when you see on the alarm 1111, 1111, it's like it acts like a strobe light going, wake up, remember who you are. You're a soul, not a human. You know, it's trying to wake us up. So if you were wondering why for years we would see 1111 years ago, that's what it was about. All right, it says the universe is speaking to you through numbers. From 1111 on your phone in the repeating number sequence and patterns that catch your eye. Information is being transferred. So we're getting downloaded with that. Numbers are energetic medicine. They are particularly frequencies in a universal language of love that helps heal and guide you. There are no negative numbers. Healing vibrations of numbers are working for your highest and best through the soul now. The frequency of 1 is about beginnings. The frequency of 2 brings healing around partnership. The frequency of 3 indicates the time to learn, write, teach, or develop new ideas. The frequency of 5 announces change and acceleration. The frequency of 6 is love, money, beauty, and abundance. The frequency of 7 indicates healing ability, channeling of spirited wisdom, and the sage or teacher. The frequency of 8 asks you to step up into leadership that is not apart from others, but amongst them. The frequency of 9 is a highly spirited energy indicating blessings, compassion, and an ending of a cycle. That's me, I'm a 9. So it says use the invocation below when you feel the numbers are talking to you and you want to absorb their loving message. I give thanks for the message, energetic healing, support, and encouragement given to me now and always through unconditional love. I give permission to unconditional love to heal my body, mind, and soul through the healing frequencies of the numbers. May all beings feel the love and guiding intelligence of this supportive, nurturing universe. Through loving grace and my own free will, so be it. I like that a lot. Next one, Colette Byron Reed, The Enchanted Map. This is one of my favorite of her decks. The Dragon's Lair, L-A-I-R. And it looks like a castle that has ice all over it. Number 19. Okay. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you are now on is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't only lived in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Boy, we know that one, right? There's always something going on challenging us, but that's how we grow. Rebecca Campbell, Work Your Light. The Ever Unfolding Rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Doesn't that kind of go what the last card was? Whoop. So cracked open. Many of these, what it's calling to me is that many of these, we'll call them adventures that we've gone on where it's taken courage and we would have never taken that path if it was up to us. But when everything else disappears out of our life, it's like, oh, you think it's this? How about we take that away and we push you in this direction? And you're like, oh my God, why did that happen to me? But remembering that it's happening for you and your growth is really wonderful. Don't quote me on that in the future. Oh, look at that. I opened to this too. Okay. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies as much as triumphs and adventures. Whenever you find yourself at the moment, life is calling you to keep your heart open, no matter how much it hurts. Oof. To continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Not easy. Not easy at all, but perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing. To open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not against you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open. How many times did you go through a divorce or getting fired or losing a job or laid off, and then only to find the most perfect thing for you next? But it's too bad we don't get the insight while we're in it. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from now, you will look back at the transformation and be known and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. And it says, everything is going to be okay. Let life crack you open. Oh, I'm afraid. How about you? So look at this week, what might come up for you around that. And remember just to stay in your heart space and know that everything is happening for a reason. We say it all the time, but know it at your core.